day, everyone. My name is Elizabeth A. Perez, and you can call me Ma'am Beth. I will be your teacher for your lesson today, and the objective of our lesson is to establish connections of events and how these lead to the ending of materials viewed. Everyone has a story to tell. All of us has experienced narrating a story. When we narrate a story, we are already giving the plot without realizing it. What is a plot? A plot is a chain of connected events that make up a narrative. It refers to what actually happens in a story. If the characters are the who and the theme is the why, then plot is the what of the story. Now, how do we write a plot? Plot is not a series of random incidents. Actually, there must be a continuity of actions in the story. Generally, there must be a cause and effect relationship between the events and the plot points. What are plot points? Plot points are the incidents that directly impact what happens next in a story. So how does plot work? Well, plot has a specific structure. When we say specific structure, it follows a format that introduces the characters and how these characters will unfold the important parts of the story. The unfolding of the important parts of the story should be clear for the readers or viewers to continue reading or viewing without any questions. Plot is also about choice. Whose choice? The character's choice. In other words, this is not just a recitation of incidents in the story. All information that you put in your plot must have a purpose. So we have said a while ago that plot has a specific structure known as plot structure. Plot structure is the organization of events in a story. There is a reason why no good story has its climax at the start, resolves its major conflicts in the middle, and spends the last half filling in the exposition. So how do you build a plot with this cause and effect relationship thing? Well, fortunately, the answer is simple. You break the plot into its components. And there are 5 components of plot. These are exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, and denouement. The 5 parts of plot starts with exposition. Exposition is the de facto introduction that brings out the story's cast of characters and plants the seeds of conflict. Next, we have rising action. Rising action is a series of events, usually triggered by an inciting incident that escalates and sets the rest of the story in motion. Climax is the moment of peak tension in a story. In other words, this is what everything else builds up to. Falling action is the bridge between the climax and the resolution, in which subplots and mini-conflicts are resolved. Last but not the least is denouement. It is the wrapping up of the whole story. Now, here are 5 photos. Let us try to analyze each photo. And what does each photo mean? How would you arrange these photos as representations of the parts of the plot? Exposition is the part where you would answer questions like, who are the characters? What is the setting? And how do you describe the character or characters? This is the picture that represents exposition. Did you get it right? Now we can start the story by saying, once there was a boy who looked lonely and sad. In the rising action, it answers the question, what action or decision did the character or characters make? The boy wants to be healthy and happy at the same time. In the climax, which is the most interesting part of the story, the boy started to play ball. In the following action, the effect of the action or decision in the climax, the boy started to play with others. And the ending or denouement, the boy gained friends. I hope that you understand plot now. To recap our lesson for today, plot is a sequence of events in a story. Generally, there must be a cause and effect relationship between the events and the plot points. And there are 5 components of plot. Exposition establishes characters and setting. Rising action reveals the conflict in the story. Climax is the most exciting part of the story. Falling action is the bridge between the climax and resolution or denouement. Denouement or resolution is the ending of the story. And that ends our lesson for today. If there are parts which are unclear to you, you may go back to the lesson presented or visit the references posted here. If the lesson is clear to you, congratulations! You may now answer the practice exercises given in your module. Once again, I am Elizabeth A. Estoperez, your teacher for today, saying good luck, God bless, and stay safe.